In the beginning, we were wanderers, hunters, gatherers, small tribes facing the fury of nature with fire as our only weapon. For thousands of years, survival meant following the herds, braving the cold, learning the stars, and passing knowledge through stories told by firelight. Our homes were caves. Our tools were bone and stone. But even then, we painted on walls, looked up at the stars, and dreamed. We tamed fire, invented language, buried our dead. Something stirred in us, a spark that made us different from every other creature. And then, we planted the first seeds. The Neolithic Revolution changed everything. Agriculture allowed us to settle. Settlements grew into villages, then into cities. We began to shape the earth to our will. Irrigation, domestication, storage, trade. In the Fertile Crescent, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates, rose the first true city, Uruk. Here, the Sumerians built temples to their gods, invented writing, and measured the stars. We created the wheel, recorded our thoughts in cuneiform, built towering ziggurats as bridges between man and the heavens. But they weren't alone. Along the Nile, the Egyptians harnessed the rhythm of the river. Their calendar followed the floods. Their lives revolved around gods, pharaohs, and the promise of the afterlife. Civilization had begun. The rivers gave life. In the Indus Valley, great cities like Mohenjo-Daro rose with sewer systems, granaries, and trading networks stretching to Mesopotamia. Their script remains undeciphered, their story still a mystery. In China, the Yellow River nurtured the early dynasties. The Shang and Zhou created bronze wonders, oracle bones, and a social order that would echo for centuries. In every corner, humanity found a way to thrive. Civilizations rose like islands across the continents, unaware of each other but united in their ingenuity. And with them came culture, religion, law, war. Civilization became a competition. Who would build higher, conquer more, last longer? Power began to concentrate. Kings became emperors. Cities became capitals of vast empires. In Greece, city-states like Athens and Sparta warred and philosophized. Here, democracy was born. So were Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. The mind became a weapon as powerful as the sword. The Persian Empire united a vast realm with roads, satraps, and tolerance. But even it fell to the burning ambition of Alexander the Great, whose empire stretched from Greece to India before vanishing with his death. Rome began as a small republic, but it would grow into a behemoth. With legions, law, and language, Rome reshaped Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Its roads connected continents. Its citizens spanned races and religions. But empires fall. Rome split, and the western half crumbled. A new era was beginning. The so-called Dark Ages were anything but. In the East, the Byzantine Empire kept Roman knowledge alive, its capital Constantinople a beacon of wealth and power. In Arabia, the Prophet Muhammad brought Islam to the world. The Islamic Golden Age followed. Math, medicine, astronomy, and art flourished. In India, empires like the Gupta and Chola advanced science, architecture, and literature. China gave us paper, printing, gunpowder, and the compass under dynasties like the Tang and Song. Africa rose with the empires like Mali, where the city of Timbuktu became a center of learning. Mansa Musa, its richest king, traveled to Mecca with gold that changed economies. In the Americas, the Maya charted the cosmos, the Aztecs built floating cities, and the Inca ruled from the Andes with roads and messengers stretching thousands of kilometers. The Vikings sailed from the north, reaching as far as North America. Meanwhile, feudal Europe slowly transformed under knights, kings, and the shadow of the church. The world was about to converge. With the fall of Constantinople, Europeans sought new routes to the east. Sailing ships crossed oceans. Columbus, Magellan, da Gama. Worlds collided. The Americas were colonized. Indigenous civilizations fell. Gold, silver, sugar, and slaves flowed across the Atlantic. Empires like Spain, Portugal, Britain, and France carved up the globe. Yet with conquest came exchange. Crops, animals, and ideas crossed continents in the Columbian Exchange. But power sparked resistance. The Renaissance awakened Europe's soul. Art, science, and philosophy flourished once again. The Enlightenment followed, challenging monarchy and tradition. Revolutions erupted. In America, the colonies declared independence. In France, the people overthrew kings. The world was waking up. Coal-fueled machines. The steam engine roared. Cities swelled. Smoke filled the skies. Factories replaced fields. The Industrial Revolution transformed economies, societies, and time itself. Electricity lit the night. The telegraph sent thoughts at the speed of light. Trains stitched nations together. Medicine advanced. Education spread. But with progress came pain. Colonization deepened. Inequality widened, and the world hurtled toward war. World War I shattered illusions. Millions died in trenches. Empires fell. In the aftermath, ideologies clashed. Fascism, communism, capitalism. Then came World War II, a global firestorm of destruction, genocide, and ultimately, liberation. Out of the ashes, something new emerged. The atom was split. A new age began. The United Nations was born. The Cold War divided the globe, but humanity looked upward. Sputnik, Apollo 11, the moon. We became an interplanetary species. Meanwhile, computers shrank. The internet grew. Information exploded. China rose. The Soviet Union fell. The Global South found its voice. Now, we carry the world in our pockets. We speak across continents instantly. Artificial intelligence, space colonization, and biotechnology promise a future beyond imagination. But threats remain. Climate change, conflict, inequality. Our choices now shape tomorrow. We are the children of kings and peasants, of poets and warriors, survivors and dreamers. The story of civilization is the story of you. If you've made it this far, you're part of something big. So hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on the next journey through time.